Good evening. I'm calling to order the Columbia County Board of Commissioners February 6, 2024 meeting to order. Bow your heads for the invocation. Most gracious Father, we just lift up all praise, honor, and glory to you for all the great things you do, not only everyone here, but Columbia County and the greater Augusta area. Thank you for a great quality of life. We thank you for law officers who protect us. Father, thank you for the first responders in the fire department who are always there and in need. I pray now that you be with us for the rest of this meeting, all the decisions made. In Christ's name, amen. Please stand for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States. Republic. God. All.
Let the record show we have a full quorum of commissioners. Commissioners, you have the minutes from the January 16th meeting in your packet. If you've had a chance to review them, I'll accept a motion to do so.
Chairman, I make a motion to accept those minutes as presented.
Second.
Questions? All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. Johnson, I believe the agenda is set.
It is, Mr. Chairman. No changes to my knowledge.
Under special recognition, I know we have members of the youth leadership, Columbia County here. David, I know you're here, so I'm going to ask everybody that's here for that. Please stand up, tell us what school you go to. Welcome, David. Welcome. I hope that you're fortunate enough that all the consent items.
Oh, we have another one?
Oh, we have another one?
One more.
Hi.
Well, welcome. Is there another? Like I said, good news, all the consent agenda items got pushed to debate, so you get to experience a full meeting. Speaking of, there is no consent agenda, so we're going to go straight to the debate.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve the Performing Arts Center Theater Operations Manager position, Manager 2, grade 28, with an annual salary of $50,835.20, cell allowance of $1,440, and a Category A vehicle allowance.
Second.
Kennedy?
Yes, sir. I think we're all aware of the success the Performing Arts Center has had over the past year. With that success comes the need for additional staff at the Performing Arts Center. So to meet that need, this person will be the new theater operations manager. And as part of that, they'll serve as the POC for the logistics, facility coordination, setup, meeting with clients for future events, management and scheduling of contracted event staff, identification of facility maintenance needs, and oversight of janitorial service. This position will also come with a vac truck.
Just see if
Given last week's event, maybe it should. I don't know. No, it won't.
compliment. Josh and his team have done an amazing job filling the Performing Arts Center with acts, and so say that it's been a grand slam home run is an understatement.
But it is an enterprise fund, and their budget does cover it and support the addition of this position.
Directly to the general.
Any questions? Motion and second on the floor. All in favor, raise your right hand. Carries.
I make a motion to approve the purchase of furniture for the Children's Department at the Evans Library in the amount of $46,010.94.
Second.
Right, this is for a new purchase of new furniture for the Children's Department at the Evans Library. The current furniture is original to the building. It is in disrepair and needs replacement. So funds for this purchase were allocated in this year's current budget, and 4 vendors will be used for requisition.
Questions? Motion and second on the floor. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries.
I make a motion to approve the agreement with Civic Plus for Civic Rec Document Management Module in the amount of $910.96.
Second.
This is a software module, as was mentioned, and it's used to store and manage documents. The documents that we're talking about here are documents such as tracking reservations, finances, rentals at the Exhibition Center in Savannah Rapids, uploading of insurance certificates and rental layouts, uploading of documents such as birth certificates from user accounts for youth sports and other parks and recreation activities. It'll cost us $910 to take us to the end of this budget year, but from that point on, it'll be $6,000 annually thereafter.
About to say that was the least expensive software we've ever purchased.
Sure, that'll change.
There's a motion, second on the floor. All in favor, raise your right hand. Carries.
I make a motion to accept the donations totaling $6,000 to Columbia County Animal Services for the spay, neuter, and medical needs of animals in their care.
Any, I guess there's a thank you for those money. The motion is second on the floor. You were looking at me like you had something to say.
No. I was just like, hurry up, we got a lot to do. We're gonna be here all night.
I make a motion to purchase drone sense for the fire rescue in the amount of $11,100.
Second.
Hey, DroneSense is another software package. A little bit more expensive than the other one, but vitally important. So it's really used and it supports the use of drones or UASs by our public safety organizations. And the amount of use that we've had with drones or UASs over the past year has grown dramatically. Between the sheriff's office and the fire department, fire services, I think they ran over 40 real-world missions last year. So there's been a significant increase. The reason this is needed, though, is because the program itself provides for the tracking, the maintenance, training, services, and flight logging of all the missions flown. But it also serves as a C2 platform, a command and control platform for both of those agencies, in that it allows for live streaming of multiple airborne assets to a single point. And that can be viewed from different places at the same time. So this is going to fill a hole that they have right now, because now they're just flying and manually reporting. This is going to give them a lot more capability, and given the amount of use we're putting to it.
Any questions? Motion is second on the floor. All in favor, raise your right hand. Carries. On to you.
I make a motion to approve the Columbia Judicial Circuit Independent Contractor Agreement with Sarah K. Ruppersberg for a grants coordinator.
Second.
This is a request from our chief judge and our judicial circuit to continue with Sarah Ruppersberg as the grants coordinator. This position is for $55 an hour, but it has a not to exceed of $12,918 for the year.
Questions? Second on the floor. All in favor, raise your
I make a motion to approve the Columbia Judicial Circuit Independent Contractor Agreement with Laura Moore as Accountability Court Judicial Assistant.
right hand.
A similar request, but this is for the accountability court. As you know, our chief judge that just retired, Judge Blanchard, is now seeking senior status. He's going to be doing accountability court. This is an independent contractor agreement with Laura Moore to serve as his judicial assistant. It is at the rate of $250 per day, but it's not to exceed 1 day per week.
Questions? Carries.
Make a motion to approve Resolution 24-07 concerning a vacancy in the position of Commissioner from District 3.
Second.
This is a situation where, as you know, Commissioner Gary Richardson resigned from the board to pursue another office. As a result, the Board of Commissioners is required to call upon the Board of Elections to hold a special election. The resolution that you have before you, 2407, requests that the Board of Elections call for that special election to fill that seat, and that would be during the general elections to be held on May 21st, 2024.
Questions? Motion second on the floor. All in favor, raise your right hand. Carries. I have the next motion. Make a motion to approve the appointment of Commissioner Malier as the Vice Chair of the Public Works and Engineering, Community and Emergency Services Committees, and Commissioner Couch as the Chair of the Public Works and Engineering. Well, District 3 has representation.
Second.
So this is a situation, obviously, again, with the resignation of one of our commissioners. Typically, the commissioners fill various vacancies on the actual committees. This would mean that Commissioner Malier would actually serve dual roles, as would Commissioner Couch, but it makes sure that we have enough representation on the committees to be able to conduct the business of the county. The chairman has those, obviously, those are your appointments, Mr. Chairman.
Questions? All in favor, raise your right hand.
I make a motion to appoint Hillary Millar to the Board of Health with a term ending December 31st, 2029, and Ryan Cato to the Planning Commission with a term ending December 31st, 2024.
Second.
Do we have anything other than, these are just two appointments, as you heard, one to the Board of Health, one to the Planning Commission. Again, we're due to resignations.
Questions? Favor, raise your right hand. Carries. Skinner, I believe you're up.
Yes, sir. File RZ 240103. I make a motion to approve the request for the major S1 revision for property located at tax map 034, parcel 002, subject to the conditions enumerated in the January 18, 2024 Planning Commission report.
Second.
Do you have a parcel that's Fish and Game Club? Currently have a 20-foot setback along all property lines. We've had a request to reduce that to 0 to allow them to take advantage of the beauty out there, but get up close to the lake. There's several trailers that are mobile homes or cabins that are actually inside that setback already, so this will remedy this. The only two exceptions will be this property line here. Oh, can't draw today. This line here, that'll be a 10-foot setback, not a 0-foot setback. There's an existing road that runs into the camp at that location, so that 10-foot setback will allow that road to remain in place, but it'll prevent any kind of structures being built adjacent to those residential properties. Happy to answer your questions.
Questions? Motion is second on the floor. All in favor, raise your right hand. Carries. My mother's calling. Don't tell her that I didn't answer.
It's recorded.
Recorded. Dang it. Yeah, I get this one. The applicant here for the next one. Approach the bench. Whatever.
Podium.
The podium. Whatever. If you wouldn't mind stating your name and address for the record, please.
Mark Boyd. Address? 787 Long Lane, Evans.
Mark, I was just making sure that we were all on the same page and weren't going to be any more violations, no more issues.
No, sir.
Questions, comments?
Are you currently in good standing with Mr. Scarberry and all the compliance items that we've discussed in the past? And all the issues are resolved from the last visit you had with the magistrate court? Do you anticipate any issues with compliance on this project before the completion of the project?
Questions? Thank you, sir. I make a motion to approve the request for a rezoning from R2 to C1 for property located at tax map 072A, parcel 059, subject to the conditions enumerated in the January 18th, 2024 Planning Commission report.
Second.
Questions or comments? Raise your right hand.
I abstain.
One of three, so motion passes 3-0 to 1. Let's see, I believe we're back to you.
Yes, sir. File RZ 240105. I make a motion to approve the request for a major PRD revision for the properties located at tax map 051, parcel 049C, tax map 051A, parcel 085, 098, 179-184, and 207.
This is an existing PRD we have. They are requesting to make some, 3 modifications to the plan. On the left side of your screen, you'll see the existing approved plan. The right side, you'll see the requested revision. I'll point out these 2 estate lots here, turn to the smaller lots here. And you have single-family detached along this line that turns into townhomes. It does put townhomes directly across from townhomes. Next thing you'll see on this screen is the existing road has a boulevard appearance median down the middle. Due to some wetland issues, some environmentally sensitive areas, and a change in the character of the neighborhood, they're asking to take that boulevard, fill out of it, and go to a standard 50-foot wide right-of-way versus the 80-foot wide right-of-way. Here's, I think, the next screen will show. Currently, these lots, highlighted in yellow here, are required to be alley-loaded lots. The alley is in place, it has been constructed, it has been built. However, they are requesting that they are not required to enter the property from the alley. They can also enter it from the main road out in front of it. Questions you might have about this? Have the developer here as well if you have any questions.
Can you go back to the first screen, please? There's a statistic there at the top. Having the 2 estate lots is great. I see that we're increasing the number of townhouse lots.
Correct.
And that's for this section. Does the number of connected units overall for the development change by this amount as well, or this will be taken away from a different section?
And I believe it does increase. It's not a large percentage or based on percentage.
There was 96 units, the original number. We're just moving them around within the PUD. Okay, and how many changes, you mentioned coming back for other changes, how many times have we already made changes to this master plan?
I think this is.
Number 5, I believe. We have a 6th one. Potential 6th one, Jason?
We're working with it.
Jason, do you foresee more townhomes coming online as a result of this? Yes, sir.
Approach the bench.
Jason Winkter, 672 Industrial Park Drive with Tillery Park Development and Ivy Development. Our plan is just to keep the maximum that we had approved previously. We're just shuffling them around.
Okay,
And so we'll all keep track with staff, and
not sneaking anymore?
at the end of the day, no ma'am.
Okay.
We're gonna have the same amount. We know that if we want to increase, we have to come back and face y'all.
All right, I got your address on the record.
I
You
understand.
said it.
I understand.
Know where you live. Thank you.
All right?
Any other questions? Motion is second on the floor. All in favor, raise your right hand. Carries.
Next, we have file RZ 240106. I make a motion to approve the request for the rezoning from S1 to RA for property located at tax map 042, parcel 044, subject to the conditions enumerated in the January 18, 2024 Planning Commission.
Second.
A request to go from S1 back to the RA to allow them to put a residence on this property.
Questions? All in favor, raise your right hand.
Next, we have file RZ 240107. I make a motion to approve the request for a conditional use for massage for property located at tax map 072A, parcel 109.
Second.
Request for conditional use, this is on Washington Road right here up the street in front of the Home Depot Shopping Center. This is a existing day spa. They're looking to add 1 massage therapist. They do have a massage therapist in mind, only one. Their license required by the state on this service.
Questions? There's a motion is second. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries.
Next item, RZ 240109. I make a motion to approve the request for a major PUD revision for property located at tax map 081, parcel 238 and to abandon the easement.
Second.
Here you have a homeowner requesting to abandon the setback, reduce the setback down to 0 foot from the lot line. The property next door is conservation space. It's actually under a conservation, Augusta Land Bank.
Oh, Lord.
Nope, not that.
Savannah River.
Maybe. It's in our packet, sorry. It is under conservation, it's not the Augusta Land Bank. Sorry, I've heard that name a couple times. But it is a request to go to 0 foot on the side setback, as well as we have an existing 5-foot easement that runs down this property line. Originally, we were doing an encroachment agreement to allow the house to encroach into that easement. Thought long and hard about it at staff level. We felt it was much better to abandon that easement completely, so there's no worry of us going in the future and asking him to cut 5 foot off the side of his house for us to work. So abandon it, there's no chance of us doing that. Again, there's no property that will be disturbed next door because it's all under conservation easement. Happy to answer any questions.
Questions?
Sorry, land trust.
There you go.
There's a motion and a second on the floor. All in favor, raise your right hand. That motion carries.
Chairman, I make a motion to award the bid and contract to Quality Plus Services, Inc. for the Gateway Boulevard to Sugar Creek Drive Connector Project in the amount of $953,711.
Second.
This is an extension of a 16-inch water line under I-20 from the Lewis Road area, the Sugar Creek fire station's at location. Take a 6-inch water line under I-20 to feed the hospital area, which will also allow us to feed the Grovetown area. That's a highly used tank over there. We turned that tank over several times. This will provide more water. There'll be more in the future that comes to it, but it'll kind of ensure the water supply through that side of the county.
And we don't anticipate any traffic problems because
We're gonna go under, deep under with a casing, and our pipe will go in that casing, so we will not shut down the interstate.
thank you.
Motion and a second on the floor. All in favor, raise your right hand.
I make a motion to approve the independent contractor agreement with ISM for the Little Coyote Creek Gravity Sewer Extension Project and Riverwood West Lift Station Force Main Extension Project in the amount of $147,240.
Second.
This is a design project to take care of two issues. The first issue we have is we have a lift station that is pumping to an additional lift station. This new force main will bypass the second lift station, dump straight into a gravity line. That will free up capacity in the second lift station that we're bypassing, so allow for the expansion of that Riverwood PUD that's already approved, as far as any other expansion up in the William Few Washington Road area. It'll also, this design will put a gravity line under Washington Road up to the western side of General Wood Parkway. That also extends our sewer into the remainder part of the Riverwood PUD that was approved a long time ago. We're gonna do a 30-inch line. Our current thought is a 30-inch line under Washington Road. However, we're tying into a 15-inch line. Putting a 30-inch line does not give us huge expansion over there. It covers Riverwood West, that already is zoned. If we were to expand that area for sewer in the future, it would require us to redesign a lot of other sewer lines back in front of this board for design money, back in front of this board for construction money. So this is setting us up for a PUD that's already approved to be able to put their sewage into our system.
Questions? All in favor, raise your right hand.
I make a motion to approve the independent contractor agreement with Advanced Wireless Solutions, Inc. for the AMI FlexNet expansion project in the amount of $46,696.
Second.
This is installing 2 more radios, one on Ridge Road, one on the Harlem Water Tower. This is part of our radio read for our water system. We have about 6,700 customers that are still not on radio read. This will take care of about half of them. Our goal is to, in the next 3 years, have the remaining customers online. We do have to buy meters for them. We do have to probably put in 2 more radios, but we're about 3 years out on that based on availability to buy these things from the manufacturer. It all works hand in hand with our on-time demand app that you can look and see your water bill at any time. What makes that possible?
So how long have we been doing this?
Ooh, long time. Sir?
The oldest unit.
Oh, good luck. Doing it,
Have we started replacing the old units?
have not.
What's the lifespan?
We're constantly getting new meters in all the time, so we replace them as they fail, but we're not going through and wholesale replacing
Yeah, it's
units.
just- how many fail? I'm just, anytime you add technology, replace it.
I'd have to ask Mark. I can't tell you off the top of my head.
But you're not doing a life cycle replacement,
No, sir.
so it's by failure.
Questions? Motion is second on the floor. All in favor, raise your right hand.
I make a motion to approve the independent contractor agreement with Columbia Engineering for the Reed Creek Stream Bank Stabilization Project in the amount of $23,430.
Second.
Current SPOS, we have a project to do some stream bank stabilization along Reed Creek at SRP. Back on the backside where the bicycle run is, that's a very deep valley right there. This contract will get some survey done, some conceptual plans, and some budgeting for the full project. So at this point, it's just a concept, but we'll bring back another contract to go into full design once we have a concept in mind.
Questions? All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. There are no legal matters. No request for review by committee. Any public comments or participation? I believe we have 2 executive session items that we can deal with right here and now, so I'll go to Commissioner Couch.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve $500 to Waterville Community Association, Inc., parcel 02I520, to obtain permanent easement for ingress egress to a stormwater detention facility.
Second.
We have a stormwater pond that has access recorded. However, that access goes through a resident's driveway. They have storage buildings. We were able to negotiate with another property owner that touched the pond as well, and for $500, we can get a clean access to this pond. We're not impacting this resident's life on a monthly basis.
Questions? Motion is second on the floor. All in favor, raise your right hand.
I make a motion to approve $6,000 to Arthur Kowalowski, parcel 031066A, $8,273 to Justin and Taylor Crozier, parcel 042156P, $3,000 to Richard and Gwendolyn Vigor, parcel 0422A, $1,718 to Forrester USA Real Estate, parcel 0521514, and $6,522 to Jose de Jesus Lopez Coronada, parcel 053111, to obtain temporary and/or permanent easements for the Uchi Creek Interceptor Project.
Continued action on this, I think we're down to 6 that this board will have to take action on to finalize this project, and Stacy can get 3 more. I'm sorry, he got some done since last week. 3 more to go.
I believe that's it.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, raise your right hand. We're adjourned. Not bad.
Pretty good, Mr. Chairman. Pretty good, Mr. Chair.
Did we vote on the last?